Hey everyone, and welcome back to Doses of Delisa. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm so sorry it's been a few weeks since I have connected with you all. So if you're new here, welcome to Doses of Delisa, where I give you little pieces of my life. It's been a few weeks since I got to talk to you all. I think the last video I uploaded was maybe January 2nd, and today is February. It's been a month. Wow. I'm so sorry, y'all. I apologize. But today we're going to do a quick catch up so you all know what has happened in those past 4 weeks. And this video is going to be like a spend a Sunday with me type of video where we're going to do a quick reset. I need to focus on cleaning my office and like where my vanity is, and you know, this room that I'm standing in right now. We're going to focus on cleaning this room, and I need to clean Lennox's room. It is a mess right now with stuff everywhere, so I need to clean that, reset, get ready for the week. But before we do that, I do want to do just like a quick catch up. Okay, so first things first, Lennox started daycare on January 6th. So that is the first whirlwind that has taken up all my time, is getting adjusted to Lennox going to daycare. We made the decision a while ago to put Lennox in daycare. Although my husband and I both work from home, we still are very, very busy when we're working. I know, especially me, and sometimes I have to be on camera with my job to do like virtual presentations, talk to clients on a daily basis. So I really just don't have the time to be able to tend to a child while working. I don't know how people do that. God bless you all, but that is not for me. I can't do it. We were lucky enough to have my mom come help us watch Lennox during the day while I first started going back to work in November. So she pretty much did it for 2 months, where she would come to our house and watch Lennox while we were working. But she lives in Jacksonville, and she would have to commute here and stay overnight, be away from her husband. So she had no problem doing it. But obviously with her living 2 hours away, she would stay throughout the week and then go back home, be home for the weekend, and then come back. But it was just a lot for her. I didn't want her to have to do that. As much as I would rather have my mom watch him on a daily basis. We knew we eventually were going to put Lennox in the daycare, probably when he was like 1, but we decided to go ahead and just rip the Band-Aid off and get him into daycare and start that process. So he started daycare January 6th. It was very, very hard. I definitely cried. I didn't cry when I dropped him off at the daycare, but on the way home, it was definitely waterworks, y'all. I was definitely crying. And it's so funny. So the daycare that we use has a camera system, which most daycares now have a camera system where you can watch your child on camera at the daycare all day. But I couldn't even look at it the first day. I didn't even want to see him at the daycare. The first day I would ask Courtney, what is he doing? What is he doing? I just did not have the nerve to look at him. That quickly went away by the end of the first day because I was watching the cameras like a hawk. We are now on, I guess this will be week 4 of daycare, and he has actually adjusted very, very well. My husband and I are pretty happy with the daycare that we chose. They have a good system. Obviously, they have a good camera system where we can watch him. We can see different angles. The teachers have been really nice and helpful. I can already see Lennox is starting to thrive. Lennox can't sit up on his own yet or crawl or stand or anything like that. He's only about to be 7 months, so he can't do any of that yet. But you can already tell that him being around the other kids in the class that can sit up and that can crawl, you can tell he's been watching them, because we put him down on the playmat in our house the other night and he was gone. He was trying to crawl and scoot already. So I feel like it's already been a good thing with him being in daycare. And it's just going to get better. I feel like us putting him in daycare this early is really going to have him be a little bit more advanced, in my opinion. But with daycare, and plenty of people warned us about this, but we put him in daycare, and by the 4th day of him being in daycare, he had a runny nose. And it's we knew that was going to happen. First of all, we're in cold and flu season. It's February. We started him in January. So this is obviously the season where people get sick anyways. So we had already mentally prepared ourselves that he was probably going to get sick, but I did not think he would get sick during the first week. When we went to pick him up, by the time we picked him up on the fourth day, which was a Thursday, he had a runny nose that night, and I was like, oh my gosh. And he has never been sick before. So as a mom, I was just like devastated. Like, I knew he was going to get sick. I didn't know he was going to get sick that early. And it's just so hard seeing your child sick and there's hardly anything you can do. So the past like 3 to 4 weeks, we've actually still been battling with his sickness. He still has a really bad cough almost 4 weeks later. We actually have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, which is Monday, February 3rd. When we took him to the doctor after like the second week of him being sick, the doctor did diagnose him with bronchiolitis. It was really bad. He has really bad congestion and really bad nose congestion and chest congestion. His cough sounds awful. It's like so hard to hear. And then he has such a runny nose. Like, I've been sucking boogers out of his nose and sucking snot out of his nose for the past like 3 to 4 weeks, which I never thought I would be doing as a mother, which is so weird. But here we are. You got to do what you got to do. So the doctor gave us a nebulizer for us to use to give him breathing treatments with albuterol. And when we originally started doing it, the treatments did help. After about 4 days, he started getting better. So because he was getting better, we could take him off the breathing treatments. But it seems like 2 or 3 days after we took him off the breathing treatments, his cough got bad again, like it got worse, and now it's still pretty bad. So now we're going back to the doctor tomorrow. So long story short, we are battling with sickness, likely due to daycare, obviously with him going to daycare. So hopefully after this doctor's appointment tomorrow, we can figure out what the next steps are after using this nebulizer and the albuterol to see how we can continue to help him get better. And I know with daycare, it's really just a cycle. Like, all of those kids in there have a runny nose or a cough. They all touch the toys. And like, the daycare does a really good job with cleaning. Like, they clean after each diaper change on the changing station. Obviously, you can't walk into the room with shoes on. You have to take your shoes off or put shoe covers on. And throughout the day, they're cleaning the cribs, they're cleaning the mattresses. So you can tell they do a good job with cleaning, but it's inevitable with kids putting things in their mouth, and, other kids are sick. So it just is what it is. But then in the middle of all that, of starting him in daycare and then him being sick, I had to do my first work trip. This was my first work trip since having my son and since coming back to work after maternity leave. I was already trying to also mentally prepare for that while taking care of a sick child and starting daycare. And I was leaving Lennox with his dad to take care of him for 5 days. I was on my work trip for 5 days from Tuesday to Saturday. The work trip was in Denver. So essentially my work trip only had to be Tuesday through Friday. Our conference ended on Friday, but I have a lot of family in Denver. My grandmother, my aunt, uncles, cousins, like, they're all in Denver. So I decided to extend and stay an extra day so that I could see my aunt, uncle, and my grandmother. So I didn't come back home until Saturday. So that was hard, although my husband did an amazing job taking care of Lennox all by himself, getting him to daycare, giving him his medicine while he was gone. Like, he's such a good dad. I'm so thankful to have like a supportive husband and an amazing dad that can take care of the baby just as good as I can. So kudos to Courtney. Good job, baby. But that was still really hard to leave Lennox for the first time while he was sick for 5 days. But it was a great trip. It was my first time seeing all of my colleagues since like last May of last year, before I went on maternity leave. So it was good to see everyone. The meeting that I went to was like a celebration from all of the sales managers at the different locations to come together and celebrate the year before. So they always do it up for us. They always have wow factors. I'll put in a little bit of footage here. They did like this white party where we all had to wear white during the awards ceremony. We had different dinners that we went to with my different teams that I'm on. So I'll try to put in some pictures and footage here so you all can see, but it was a great trip. Everything that was going on personally, but also, y'all, January was a hot mess. Like, mentally, how did we get through January? It has been so stressful with the new administration that has come in and just changing up all the things. Obviously, you all heard the news about Target that blew up. This whole DEI situation has blown up. All these companies are expressing that they're getting rid of their DEI initiatives and programs. Like, it is so draining. So I'm so glad to like get out of January. And then plane crashes, y'all, these plane crashes, these stories are so sad. Like, I can't get over the devastation from these plane crashes. Like, that has been mentally draining. So kudos to all of us who got through January. It also felt like January was like 100 days. Kudos to us for getting through it. But today is February 2nd. It is Black History Month. On a high note, yesterday, the wonderful Beyonce made an announcement. Actually, I'm wearing her shirt right now from the Renaissance tour. Beyonce announced a Cowboy Carter tour. How exciting. And then it's supposed to be this year. So everybody's in a panic trying to get their coins together for this tour. She hasn't dropped the dates yet, but I'm so curious how she's dropping a tour in the same year, because I feel like for the Renaissance tour, she dropped the dates like almost a year in advance. But that was a world tour. I don't know if this one's going to be a world tour. So I'm thinking these dates are going to be more towards like the fall, like October, maybe September, October, though that time of year. But we'll see. But you know, your girl will be in attendance. Love me some Beyonce. If you watched my last video, you saw that the Cowboy Carter album, I think, was my most listened to album on Apple Music last year. So I am a Cowboy Carter fan and I will be in attendance. Okay, so with all of that said, with the little catch up from the month of January since I left you all, we are going to get started on cleaning up this office. I am asking you all not to pass judgment on how this room looks. You have to understand that this room has my office where I sit and work every single day. It has my vanity where I do my hair, do my makeup, get dressed, all the things, where all of my makeup products, hair products are. I don't know about y'all, but after I get dressed or do my makeup or do my hair, I leave a complete mess, and it is still a mess right now. It's also a mess because I haven't really even unpacked my makeup products and hair products from my work trip I just went on. So that stuff is everywhere too. I need to vacuum in here. I need to wipe down everything. So that is where we're going to start today on this reset. So let's get to it. Okay, I want to do like a little before and after of what the room looks like now and what it will look like after it's all cleaned up. So I'm going to show you what my room looks like now. Again, please do not judge me. As you all just heard, my little catch up, it has been a whirlwind the past couple of weeks, but this is what we're working with that we need to clean up and reset today. Okay, y'all, so this is the room. Where do I even start? Okay, let's go this way. So over here is my huge vanity that I have. I love this vanity, by the way, but this is where I do my hair, I do my makeup, I get dressed. These are some of the makeup products that I have. I have a TV in here, but you all can see that this is just an absolute disaster. And then over here, Luna's bed, which Luna doesn't even hardly live here anymore. That's a whole nother video, but I'm going to get Luna's bed out of here because she's not even here. Some more hair products. So I need to obviously clean this area. And then as we pan over here, this is my office. This is where I sit every day and work from home every single day. So you can kind of see these are my screens. My laptop isn't here, but this is where my laptop goes. So essentially I work with 3 screens, my laptop and these 2 screens. This is obviously my keyboard area, my mouse, but I really just need to clean this area, wipe everything off, get it clean, get it a little more organized. And then over here is my Peloton, y'all. Please don't ask me the last time I used my Peloton. It has been at least 2 months since I've been on this thing, but I am determined to get back on it. I don't know when. I'm hoping this week, but I am determined to get back on my Peloton because I need to get back on it. But I just have like stuff here that I need to get rid of. I need to probably wipe this Peloton off. It's probably all dusty because I haven't used it. This is trash right here. I probably just need to get rid of. So I just really need to clean this area up. This is the mirror. You You guys probably see me use this mirror all the time, but this is the mirror that I use in this room. But yeah, this is where we're starting today. I need to vacuum. The floor is nasty. I need to vacuum. So let's just jump into it. Here we go. All right, y'all, moving on to Lennox's room. So this is what his room is looking like. It is a mess. As you can see, I need to vacuum the floor. We need to wash those clothes. We need to just clean off this couch. This couch becomes just like a place to throw things that I can't find a place for it right away. So we're going to clean that off. We're going to change the changing table sheet, and we're going to change the sheet in his crib so he has fresh sheets to start the week. But yeah, this is what his room is looking like right now. So this is the before, and let's get it clean.